That story from Shiva and Parvati, and which leads to the concept of Tantra, which we have spoken about. There's a fairy tale behind, and it's a very, very beautiful story. What I simply want that you have heard it once. So, once upon a time in India, a baby boy was born, and in India all works with astrology, and the astrologers say to the parents that that baby was born unluckily under unlucky stars, and the parents said, oof, then we don't want to have that baby, it will bring unhappiness, and we will be not happy and lucky in our lives with that baby. So we put him into a little box, and we will put him into the river, into the ocean, to get rid of him. So, okay, poor little boy. So the little baby boy in his little box, floating their way, come from the river into the ocean, and a big fish came by and swallowed the baby boy. But no worries, the baby boy was very happy in his one-room apartment in the belly of the fish. So he was happy there, and the fish was his vehicle, actually, and the fish took a lot of care of him. But he had to live in the belly, in that little one-room apartment. So, in the meantime, Shiva and Parvati, his wife, have been together and was speaking about a family, and like everything develops, and also with her children. We are her children, the human beings are her children. And Parvati came up in that conversation and said, see, Shiva, I think our children, that human beings on earth, are very, very unhappy sometimes. And there is really an unbalance with body and mind, and they don't feel good, and they suffer quite a lot. Could you not give me that knowledge of yoga, that we can transmit it to them, that they find a way out of suffering while they are alive, and that they find moksha, liberation from that suffering? And Shiva said, yes, 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 of course, I will give you all that knowledge. And so that nobody else could overhear that knowledge and the teachings from Shiva to Parvati, Shiva said, let's go into the bottom of the ocean. There's a place with nice sand where we can sit, but nobody can listen to my teachings, and it's really just for you, that you can use that to help the human beings. And so they was there, everything was prepared, and Shiva started his teachings. And immediately Parvati became so tired from the way how he explained everything that she fell into sleep. So she was knocked out, actually. And he was going on explaining and explaining. He was so in his teachings that he could not even know that she was sleeping. So he got on with his explanation and think he was alone. But they wasn't alone, because the fish with the boy in the belly came by. And then the fish think, oh, that could be quite interesting for my little boy here inside. And he parked, and he said, listen to that. That's very interesting what he's telling his wife. So at the end, when he transmitted all his teachings, then she waked up, and she was quite ashamed, of course. And then Shiva saw that there was that fish with that boy in the belly who have overheard all the teaching, and that was exactly what he didn't want, that anybody else could hear the teachings except Parvati. So he became angry, and he said, Parvati, you were sleeping here, and now I have a problem. They could hear to all that knowledge what I gave you. And then she said, Naya, now we have to use that on our side, no? And then Shiva said, okay, let's do one thing. Little boy, now where you have overheard all my teachings, you have to study and to practice till you are very, very enlightened in the belly of the fish. So study for 12 years, and then when you have everything 100% under control, then the fish will go to the beach, he will spit you out, and then you are the one who will give that knowledge to all the people on that planet Earth. And that happened. So the boy practiced yoga, the eight pathway, all the knowledge, whatever he could overhear from Shiva. And after 12 years, when he became a very enlightened master, and that one room apartment became quite small for him, the fish go to the beach. The boy was spitting the boy out. The boy go on land, and then he were an enlightened master, which was called then Matsyendranath. So he was that enlightened master. And maybe you have heard about that asana, which is called Ardha Matsyendrasana. That is the half spinal twist. And the name Matsyendra came from that enlightened master, because that Ardha Matsyendranath, that half spinal twist, has so many benefits and is one of the most important asanas that is dedicated, that asana, from the name to that enlightened master, which was Matsyendranath. So it has nothing to do, that asana, with a fish. It is simply like an offering to that enlightened master who gave us all that knowledge to find peace and harmony and a way out of suffering through the teachings of Shiva.